I'm so excited to give an update on our industrial park, Las Americas Logistics and Industrial Park. Again, it's over 300 plus development. We've sold out of the 21 lots that have been developed so far, we've sold 6. So yes, we start off in a very positive foot, but it's been a little slower. We talk to investors. Sometimes they tell us, well, we're trying to see how everything is going to pan out with the tariffs, and we need a little bit more stability. But the talks have been great. We've talked to a lot of Mexican investors that are still very much interested. They love our crossing in Roma. It's the quickest and shortest route from Monterrey to the valley, to Texas. So we've been increasing in traffic again from 20 commercial vehicles 5 years ago. We're 200 plus right now on a daily basis. The value of the imports that are brought in are almost $1 billion, closer to $1 billion. So we're breaking records left and right. But what we want people to know, investors to know, is to look to smaller ports of entry, not just the bigger ones that offer a lot of opportunities, but to consider the Roma Miguel Alemán crossing and to invest in the park. What we're doing right now is we're trying to attract manufacturing companies. So we've talked to people in Apodaca, the city of Apodaca, close to Monterrey. Right now, our city manager, as I speak, our city manager is in the Guadalajara area, trying to speak to other manufacturing companies to see how they can have a footprint here in Roma as well.
What is, you say it's gone up to like 500 a day. Do you have a goal in mind? Do you have a target for, say, 5 years from now?
Well, and as regards to crossings, we're actually about 200 a day, 200 plus a day. It varies from day to day, but about 200. Our goal would be to reach 1,000 in the next 5 years. I think it's going to happen. It may not jump from 200 to 1,000 overnight. It's going to obviously it'll be about 5 years or so. But more and more companies and transport companies are finding out about our crossing. They know it's unified cargo inspections, so they know that that's a huge advantage that we offer in Roma. The customer service there at the port of entry with our board director, Andy Guerra, is excellent. So there are just so many advantages to using our port of entry. So I think we're definitely headed in the right direction. We're very optimistic about the future and about our economy, local economy, and things are looking good.
And how interwoven in those budgets and those plans and forecasts is your Las Americas Industrial Park? Is that a crucial ingredient now that was not there before?
Well, when I came into office back in 2020, the focus was to reinvigorate our economy, create a type of catalyst, and not reinvent the wheel, but to try to capitalize on something that's already existing, which was the import-export industry. So we listened to the investors, we listened to the demands of many of the companies that needed a in-and-out service, they needed warehouses. So we decided to invest about $12 million. Of course, a lot of it has been federal grants and different forms of funding, but about $12 million for this development. And things are looking good. I think the people from our community are excited about it. We have not created the types of jobs that we're forecasting, but it's been a little slower. A lot of properties have been purchased, but the actual building of the structures and the setting up shop for these companies has been a little slower than we anticipated. But we think in the next 2 years things are going to kind of hurry up a little bit.
And how do you go about getting the word out that you are there? The crossing time's not as long as some of the bigger bridges, that you are in the market for manufacturing. How do you go about marketing your city and your bridge?
Well, we're trying to be very proactive when it comes to that. We weren't sure what would be the best route at the very beginning. Like I mentioned before, currently our city manager is doing a tour throughout Mexico, going to different expos and events where he directly talks about our port of entry, the opportunities at Las Americas. So we've taken that approach to sit down, have meetings with people that are interested in bringing in their money to avoid massive tariffs and to actually build their manufacturing plant in Roma. So we're living very exciting times. Like my frustration, if there's anything negative about it, it's just I love, I want for things to occur sooner, quicker, but it's just taking some time, and I want our community members to understand that. But at the end of the day, this development is gonna have a huge impact in our economy locally and throughout the valley.
And so you just want certainty in terms of tariffs, like everyone in the industry wants to know what path we're going down.
Exactly. I think I want to say President Trump's plan is working for the most part, but sometimes when there's a little bit of an instability as far as the percentage of a type of tariff that's going to be implement, or what do you call it, imposed on a country, they're still not sure how to go about it. So what business owners tell me is like, well, we're going to kind of wait this out a little bit. We'll get back to you in a few months, but we're very interested in Roma. Roma is a hot point right now. A lot of people are looking at that. So what we want to do is for that to manifest and to actually become a reality, you know. So that's where we're at. But again, as mayor, I'm very proud of the projects that we've undertaken. They haven't been easy, but I do want to let investors know we have the infrastructure. We have AEP, we have enough electricity. That's when they think, well, you live in a small town, I don't know about the infrastructure. It's there. It's turnkey. We're ready to go, and we're also looking at the expansion of that farm road from Highway 83 to 650 that takes them to the park. We're working with TxDOT to try to expand that.
What's the time frame on that spur?
Yes, well, we've had several meetings as of last week and the week before. What we're trying to do, we're in a little bit of the situation where the city of Roma has to pay for the relocation of some of the utilities, the water lines. So we're trying to figure that out. But we're looking at probably first quarter of next year to start construction. That's our goal.
You mentioned the city manager a moment ago, Mr. Barrera. We got an interview with him recently, and he was speaking with Congressman Cuellar, and the point he was making was that it doesn't seem fair for the Mexican truckers that are crossing the bridge. They're allowed to go south to the rest of the valley, but they can't go through Zapata. So that sort of trade is denied them.
Yes.
They can't get to Laredo.
And I agree with our city manager. That's been we've had several conversations about that, and we've talked to Congressman Cuellar. He seems to be trying to work with other representatives of Congress and state representatives to see how we can work that out. But I think it'd be a huge plus, not just for Roma and Rio Grande, but for Zapata. I think you'd see more trucks going by, more activity. Again, more activity means more economic development. So we just feel that it'd be very advantageous to allow those Mexican trucks to cross through Zapata, especially if they're trying to make their way through Laredo and to San Antonio. But we'll see. That's something that we're currently working on. Those are the types of things that are constantly in our minds, and we're working with our state and federal representatives.
My last question for you, you mentioned that spur that will go down to the bridge, but overall, TxDOT has a big plans obviously to make a bypass, obviously around Rio Grande City because it's such a bottleneck.
Yes.
What does TxDOT tell you about Roma as well? How important is their work in making an interstate from Laredo to the valley? How critical is all that?
You know, I think that's going to be a game changer when Loop 195 comes into play, and I think we're about 5 years from. I'm not actually sure if it's the start date, I believe. We're some time away, but 195 is going to be a game changer because once our trucks come into Roma, they go to the industrial park. We ourselves are going to create a road that's going to connect straight to Loop 195. And so these trucks don't have to worry about going through town or going through Rio Grande City. They'll go to hit 195 and make their way up north to whatever community is their final destination. So I'm very thrilled about Loop 195. Yes.
Those were all the questions I had, Mayor. Is there anything I've left out? Anything else you would like to add?
No, just that once again, thank you for the opportunity to let me speak a little bit about what's going on in Roma. Roma is a community that is thirsty for development. The customer service, beginning with the local government, with our port of entry officials, everybody in the community wants and will work with investors wanting to look to set up shop in Roma. So we'll be there with open arms to try to guide and help anybody wanting to relocate to our community. Yes.